Well, good night. That's me again with another video. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, if you like my video, you like my video. If you don't like it, that's okay. If you learn something or you appreciate it, you can share it, or you can even go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, because I'll always be doing videos. So I should say good night, or good morning, or good evening, depends on where you're at, and welcome to Talk Your Talk. Now, the video I'll be making tonight is based on relationship. Okay, it's like what somebody should actually know in whatever relationship they have on the face of the earth with human beings, with fellow human beings. Okay, and what would you do if something actually happens that you didn't really expect it, or whatever? For example, if your partner left you, you know, what would you do? There is a lot of people who, when they have a broken relationship, they tend to get violent. They tend to be so heartbroken that most of them turn to hating, you know. It's like all the love they had just automatically turned to hate. Now I always ask myself, if you love somebody, right, or if within your heart you feel that you actually love a person, okay, and if, let's say, they deceive you or they hurt you or something of the nature, would you turn your love to hate? I mean, how is it possible, you know, to turn love into hate? You see, the point is, love will always be love, and love doesn't turn to hate. You see, if you have a heart full of love, okay, the only how you will start to hate, you have to get rid of this love. But you cannot convert love into hate. It don't happen like that. And most of the time, people get themselves in a relationship with people and they don't really truly love the person. You know, sometimes the only person they really love in that relationship is themselves. Only. Okay? So, whatever happens in the relationship that is not, or that is contrary to how they feel about the relationship, they easily get hurt and they easily will turn, and you will see the true colors in them, you know. You will see the core of their situation. You know, you will see the core of their being in relation to the person, and that usually be an underlying hate. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you love somebody, you don't turn around and hate the person. You know, it don't happen. You know, that is why we have to know what real love is all about. You see, most of us doesn't know what love is all about. But love is basic, is truth. Undeniable truth. Deep within you. You understand? Love is like life. Love is the Most High. Love is everything. You know? When you love somebody, you have to love that person that you could give your life for that person. You meet a girl, you meet a woman, you love her, you say you love her, you know, But then would you actually take a bullet for her? Would you actually give your life for that person if you truly love this person? Most of you won't. Because you wouldn't be thinking about her in that situation. You'll be thinking about your well-being. You understand what I'm saying? So in this respect, you don't truly love that person. Okay? So let us put it on like this. You have a relationship. The relationship, let's go about maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, whatever. And the person tell you, well, the next person, whether it's a man or a woman, that they don't want to have a relationship no more. They want to live their life, according to them, not according to a relationship. They want to go their own way. So they tells you, well, okay, well, I think we should end this relationship and that's it. What would you do? Most of you will scream. Most of you will bawl. Most of you will fight. Most of you will cuss. Most of you will turn this nice relationship, this so-called nice relationship you think you have, into something as a third world war. You get spiteful. You reach the point where you don't even want to see the person alive as far as you are concerned. If you are a person like that, you never loved the person in the first place. You never did. Because when you love somebody, regardless of what happens, you love them. I am not saying that if somebody break your heart, and you love them, that you must have to be or go behind them or stalk them or anything. No. Let them go their own way, and you go your own way, but you have love in your heart. It's as simple as that. And then life goes on. You will find someone who will match your love, and you go on. It's as simple as that. You don't go fighting and cussing and behaving foolishly. Most people have this idea that, they will get really pissed off because they say that they invest certain things in that person, money and maybe material things and stuff like that, and this person just hurt their feelings. What's the deal? You understand that those are material things. You are what more than that. If you are in a relationship with somebody and you spend money on this person, you do what you have to do, that is your duty that is your duty. That is what relationship is about, regardless of what kind of relationship you had. That is involved in relationship. So if the relationship comes to an end, why go spiting, being regretful and hateful? Remember, even if you are in a relationship with that person and this person didn't fully love you, which most of the time it is the case, at least in that relationship they played their part in this relationship and you were happy with it. So if they reach the point and they decide to live, then you just let them live. That's okay. That's what life is about. But let me tell you a couple things that you need to know when you are in a relationship with anybody. One, you have to remember, and don't ever forget that, you have to remember that most people you meet in your life is a journey. Your life when you take this walk and you start walking this life, you will meet obstacles, you will meet people, you will meet different people, you will meet people who would love you, you will meet people who will hate you, you will meet people who will try to deceive you, you will meet every different kind of person, every species you will see in this walk of life. And I could guarantee you that 80% of the people you meet in this life are just passing through. Your life are not people that will stay in your life. Maybe even 90% of the people you meet in your life are not people that will be attached and grounded in your life. So when you get yourself in a relationship, secondly, you have to know that people are fallible. Most of you people are quick to say yes, no, our people are not perfect. You understand? It's true. Most people are not perfect, and most people are liable to do things that is unpopular. Most people are liable, or the majority of people are liable to do things that is contradictory to their relationship. Most people are liable to do that. You have to have this understanding. You see, like you might meet a man or you might meet a woman or something like that. If you start saying, okay, well, this person is the perfect person and this person would never hurt me and this person is like this and this person, that is the wrong thing you are thinking. It is the wrong thing. I am not saying that when you meet somebody you have to expect them to hurt you. You know, that is interjecting negativity into your relationship. I'm not saying that you have to sit there and say, well, this person, I expect them to hurt you. You don't have to be like that. You understand? But you have to know, based on knowledge of the human nature, you have to know that there is a whole possibility it could happen. So when you get yourself in this relationship, you go with a leap of faith and you pray to the Most High Yahuwah that He keep that relationship firm and He keep that relationship true. You understand what I'm saying? Most people put a neck on the block for men. Most people put the neck on the block for women, that she would never do that and she would never do this. You don't know what the human will do next day. I am not saying that because you know that you wouldn't give a person the benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying that because you know that you wouldn't trust. You know, I personally believe that you have to trust this person to trust themselves in the relationship. And during that time, you have to make your necessary contribution to enhance your relationship. And if there is a necessity, as a matter of fact, there is always a necessity to help strengthen the person. And the person is supposed to be able to help to strengthen you in this relationship by doing what you are supposed to do in this relationship to keep it proper. You see? So that is where when you come into a relationship, the two persons are supposed to be thinking as one. You're supposed to be on the same planet. If you are not on the same planet, right? You are not on the same wavelength. You are not thinking as one. You are not working as a team. This person is the other person west or whatever it is. Right? If that is the situation, okay, then you don't really have a true heartical relationship. So anything, please, anything could happen. It's as simple as that. You know? So you have to have that trust in the person, in that they can trust themselves to do what they need to do to help strengthen and build the relationship. It's as simple as that. Right? You don't have to be quarreling with people. I mean, sometimes somebody you in a relationship with comes in and they have some problem or something happens, and most definitely it didn't rub well with you or whatever it is. You don't need to quarrel. You don't need to cuss. You don't need to fight. You don't need to do nothing of this sort. You understand? You don't need to do that. All you need to do is to reason. You understand? Most people just don't have this ability to reason with their partner. As a matter of fact, in the beginning of the relationship, they could reason. They could talk, they could convince, they could sort things out. The minute time they get into the relationship and they sleep with the person one or two times, then they feel that they are in their comfort zone now, they're feeling comfortable, then they start getting disrespectful. You understand? It does happen with the men, it does happen with the women. If you are in a relationship with somebody, the same respect you show them from day one, show them right until the end. Right through that relationship, show them that respect. You set the standard and keep it right there. Some people just tell me that when they are in a relationship, you must quarrel. Why would you must quarrel? Tell me anything the person could do, you understand, to cause you to quarrel. So you all have a situation, you start cussing and quarreling and pelting pots here and pelting spoons there. No, it doesn't matter. What you have to do, you have to learn to be able to reason with your partner. You understand? For a typical example, a woman might see her man down the road talking to a woman. Most of you like that, most of you women like that. And he comes home and the mouth stretched long. What is the problem? She start quarreling. You down the road talking to your woman, you this, you that. Men do the same thing. Men do the same thing. They see their woman talking to a man, they don't even know who is the man. They start tripping. One time. If you see a woman talking to a man somewhere and you see a woman, in a situation where she is maybe in town, I feel if you see a woman, you go to your woman, you don't hide in the corner and coming home and make trouble. I feel you could just go to her and say, how you doing? The proper thing, if you have a good mature relationship, then she introduces you to the person, whoever is the person. No need to cuss and no quarrel. And even if you're passing and you see her somewhere and she comes home, you didn't greet her or anything and she comes, no need to cuss. You could just say, I saw you in town talking to somebody. If you want to, it's up to you. You have a right to. And then if she's a mature person, she say, yes, I met this guy or whosoever it is, or it could be your cousin too. And they're talking. That's maturity. And everything's smooth. No need to cuss, no need to fight. It doesn't matter. You understand? So if you have to break up with your woman, what could she do for you to break up? There is a number of things that actually constitute to that. You understand? Even, between men and women is the same thing as far as I'm concerned. Now, for one, if a woman have her man or her husband and she go out and have some affair with somebody else, a sexual affair, you understand, then the husband or the man get to know. In my book, that constitutes towards a breakup. I'm telling you honestly, if you want, there is always the act of forgiveness. If you want to forgive her doing that, or if she want to forgive you doing that, there is always the act of forgiveness. You could forgive her or him. If it's a her and a him, then he could forgive her or she could forgive him. There is always the act of forgiveness. Just don't ever, when you asking for your forgiveness, just don't speak the truth. Don't ever say that you made a mistake, because there is no mistake in you deliberately going and have some sexual affair with another party out of your relationship. There is nothing like a mistake there. There is nothing like an accident in this business, because the time you taking to start the process of going and have an affair with somebody else outside your relationship, there was a lot of time within this time span than you could think about it. So it's a deliberate act, and that is why I said that constitutes a breakup. And I just always look at it like, if you have a relationship and your partner go out and have sex with somebody else outside of the relationship, it's because he doesn't want the relationship again, and it's because she does not want this relationship again. You understand what I'm saying? That is how I look at it. So anytime you decide to walk out your house and have sex with somebody else outside your relationship, then consider your relationship is over. Because even if your partner don't know, you understand, nature knows, you knows, and because you know, the fact that you know, that floodgate of love and affection, the real thing, can't flow no more from you. Then maybe for the next 10 years you might live a fake life, but then the purity of your relationship is gone, if it had any purity in it. It's as simple as that. You see, it's a nice thing to have a relationship. Be faithful and true in your relationship, and let it grow. Then once it grows, and it grows with love, and it grows with respect. Don't forget respect in your relationship. There always supposed to be a mutual respect and compassion, total commitment in your relationship. So if you have that, and your relationship grow to what it's supposed to be, you will experience a wonderful relationship. There is no two ways about it. You see? So sometimes, as I was saying, relationship do end. It's sad that relationship does end. Sometimes a relationship appears to be going really nice. Everybody looking at these two people in so-called love and feel, well, okay, well, it's really nice, their relationship and everything. And sometimes it's not what it seems. It's not what it seems. Some people take relationship again as children take toys around Christmas. You buy a new toy for a child, and the child will play with the toy in its novelty, or in its newness. It's like the toy, play with it, sleep with the toy, it's like the toy is his soulmate. And then after Christmas, he threw the toy in a corner because he's a child. So that's how most people handle their relationship. Just for a moment. In the newness of its being, that's what they do. And then after they get in bed with you, they decide, well, the newness gone. So they start showing a different color. That is immaturity in its true form. You know, you have to remember that most people get into relationship because they need to get into a relationship that would last, a relationship that would make some good progress. I'm not talking about finance and everything. Somebody who wants to build a relationship, a very good relationship with another person. But then sometimes it don't work like that, because sometimes the other party, in their mind, they have something different looking at, you know. They looking one way and the next person looking the other way. But you have to have the spirit to perceive that. When you meet somebody, you don't just jump in with them. You have to have the spirit to feel them out, you know. And even if, well, most people make the same mistake throughout history. You know, you meet somebody and they turn out to be something else. It does happen. You understand? But you have to equip yourself with knowledge and wisdom too, because when the time comes and they decide to go, because as I said, you meet different people at different times in your life. And sometimes you meet somebody and they appears to be genuine and they're like a fake Chinese phone eventually. So when you get that, you just cast it away. So when the person decide to leave you, or they decide they can't go on with the relationship no more, just understand, just tap into your wisdom and your knowledge that, okay, just another day. Not everybody come to stay. Some will come to stay and some will pass. Simple as that. And don't be fretting about it. Yes, it does hurt. Companies, you have a company, you have a friend, it does hurt. But then, knowledge, go feel with your heart, think with that. That is why the Most High Yahuwah gives you a brain, so you can think and you can perceive things. So though you might miss the person, what can you do? Your mother, family, relatives, friends came onto the earth, they died. They didn't stay with you. They left. That would happen throughout your life. You will have riches. Most of the time it will be for a moment and then you wouldn't have it again. You will have so-called friends. It will be for a moment and it wouldn't be again. Just understand that. And in all this, don't forget, you have to have this love for yourself, because at the end of the day, that is what would save you. You understand? That is what would save you. You have to care for people. You don't have to be selfish. You don't have to be self-centered. But you have to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you wouldn't be able to truly love someone else. So when you love yourself and you could love an next person, you understand? If the person, whether the person deceive you or not, it wouldn't break your heart. It's just like the Holy Scripture tell you. You have to pray for your enemies. You know, you have to love your enemies. Pray for those that maybe deceitfully use you. Pray, you know, just pray for them. The Scriptures have all the rules and the regulations. When you start to get real pissed off because they leave, it's just the ego in you. And everything's about me, me, me. They hurt me, me, me. You don't know how the person feels. They might have a number of reasons for leaving. You could talk to them about it and they might tell you. They could tell you. You understand? They could. But everybody have a reason for doing what they do. So all you have to do is to respect what they do and keep it moving, let life flow. So thanks for watching that video. I'll definitely see you in another video. Have a wonderful night, day, evening. Be blessed.